We're battered! We are impacted! We're battered! We're ready to get up! We want to win! Light the fire of power and make us free! We never break down! We want to win! We are impacted! The best team!
Hello and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted episode 138. Coming to you live via the Total Non-Stop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. If you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favourite shows. I, of course, am your host, Bison, and today I am joined by both members of the TNI UK team, of course, the man simply known as Steve, and the one and only, coming to us from the void, the Joker. All right, boys?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, mate, I'm well good. I'm very pleased that we've got the Simply Steve also joining us today, and hopefully for a little while to come as well. I think it's fantastic to have you on the show, bud. We've missed you.
Yeah, missed all you guys as well. Good to be back.
Oh, bless you. Bless him. Innit, Joe? Bless him. Send him some bless. Yeah, look, bless.
Yeah.
Bless.
The ultimate
I have no one to know
finesser,
now.
your
Bless.
girl's favorite wrestler, Crist Bay.
Here we go. Getting excited with the old sound bites now, are we? Yeah, so it's going to be a good show. I know. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I didn't realise. It's good to see that we've got Mears joining us already. So nice to see you, Mears. Or Mir, not Mears. Mir. And Moose definitely loves the scumbags, which is good to see. Actually, talking about scumbags, did you notice that the original TNI scumbag himself, Kyle, posted a picture in our little group chat that he'd managed to get himself some Iron Brew? Did you notice that?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
So in honor of the scumbag, himself, a pint of Iron Brew. Oh yeah.
Brew the irons.
I got him onto the Iron Brew.
You guys swing?
Brilliant. He when I first met him, he wanted me to bring him over some, so I went over to the States. So I took him over. I can't remember how many I took, probably about 4 bottles of Iron Brew or something. And he wanted pickled onion Monster Munch. So I took him 2, you get the big bags?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took him over 2 massive bags of pickled onion Monster Munch. And he loved it. And ever since then, he's been, I think he orders stuff on like Amazon and stuff. He gets it over. But so he's been getting the Iron Brew and he loves it. I don't blame him because I love Iron Brew. I have to say, I mean, have you seen lately, like talking about the Iron Brew, lately, right, they've started to release a couple of new flavours. One of them is ice cream flavour. I don't know if you've seen it, ice cream flavour. And I'm not sure what the other one was. Tropical Iron Brew. But it still has like an Iron Brew twang to it, but it's also other flavours as well. It's really weird, but the ice cream one was quite nice. I tried them both out. They are both quite nice. Anyway, guys, listen. If you're into the Iron Brew, you like a bit of Iron Brew, it's a prime, opportunity to give us a thumbs up for it. You can't beat it. You can't beat the look. See, Greg from Slowpoke, he's got it. Nothing beats OG Brew. You're right. Nothing beats it. Nothing beats the Iron Brew, mate. Nothing.
No.
What's that? Chemical flavour and other chemical flavour. You might be right, Monkey. But there you go. Ice cream flavoured beer. I've never had that. Anyway, nice to see Bonus Baby in the house as well. We got Barry Monkey in the house. Bonus Baby. Slowpoke's joined us today, which is great. And Beer's with us at the moment. So all starting to come in. The boys are starting to come in, which is good to see. I wonder where we're going to get the ladies as well. I guess we'll have to wait and see who turns up. But guys, don't forget, you are as part of this show as we are. So whatever we're talking about, if you want to throw in a comment or a question or your thoughts on any things that we're talking about, make sure you do it. That's what the chat's for. We'll make sure we put stuff up. We'll try and answer any of your questions. And actually, sometimes some of the things that you say lead us on to different things, different discussions or different trails of thought. So I really like that. But now, Bonus Baby thought that Iron Brew was beer. No, it's not. It's not. It's like Coke. It's just a fizzy soft drink.
Scottish,
and it is
just
delicious.
Scottish.
It's Scottish, but it does have an irony taste to it.
Yeah.
I think the original Iron Brew had something to do with iron. It was something to do with consuming iron of some sort, because of course consuming iron, gives you the guns. Does it? Gives you the guns. So maybe it had something to do with that. I don't know. When are we getting a dog drop in on the Joker? That's true. Yeah, we need a dog drop.
We had Sammy drop in earlier.
Definitely. I'll tell you what, guys. I'll tell you what I need. Right. I'll tell you what I need. Barry, that's funny. Put Barry's comment up. I like that. That's really cool. You're right. They don't. They don't get the irony. You're right.
Well, I don't think this country does either, to be honest. Some of the things that have happened recently.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely. But you just have to drink it. It's good stuff. I love it. Like I buy a couple of bottles of this every week. Like the 2-litre bottles. Like Tesco, I buy a couple of them every week. I absolutely love it. Drink it like it's going out of fashion. Some people think it's disgusting. Some people love it. I just say give it a try. If you like it, drink it. If you don't, whatever. It's a bit like wrestling. If you like a show, watch it. If you don't. Simple as that. But, guys, I think we need to get into some of the news and rumours of this week, related to Impact Wrestling. One of the first things I wanted to talk about, it is very good with a splash of vodka, Slowpoke, you're right. I did want to mention, so the first thing I want to mention, Gail Kim was Joe Hendry's guest this week on Food Fight. Did you see this? Because I thought it was really good.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I did watch it. I watched it on Friday, I think it was, before I caught up with Impact Wrestling. I enjoyed it. It was good to see Gail Kim just not feeling like she's in an interview, so she has to be professional. She was more laid back and everything. It was really nice to see. And then Jimmy Jacobs coming in as well. And just winding both of them up was really good too.
Yeah, I think it was a really good one. I really liked it, and I think that I think these are quite cool. I quite like them. And actually, it's weird because at the end of the day, his show is just like it's him. It's just an interview show, but done in a slightly different way. But you've got Callahan Uncensored doing his style of interviewing. You've got Joe doing his style of interviewing, which I think is interesting. You've also got Taylor Wilde now with Wild On doing her version as well, which I think is cool. We'll talk about that in a second. But can I just say a quick hello? We've got Zach's turned up, which is great. We've got Mr. Trace's turn. Obviously Barry Monkey's in the house. It's good to see you guys, and we really appreciate when you guys turn out for us. We really do. It's really cool. Punk Trace turning over a new leaf. There you go. So Mr. Trace is Punk Trace. Am I right? Or not? I don't know. I reckon it is. Zach's right. We should be hitting the music. I believe in Joe Hendry. That's true. I've mentioned Joe Hendry, but no music and no clapping. I mean, what's going on?
Well,
what's going on with the
Joe's on the sound bites?
There, the soundbite producer in the background. What's going on?
I believe in Joe Hendry.
There we go. That's it. We got to get it in. You got to get your arm up.
I've I've had it stopped and waiting on ODB for like I forgot which order it came.
That's all right, mate. There's lots of them on there. You know what I'm saying? There's lots of them on there. We just need to keep them bad boys coming out because everyone loves a soundbite.
Cheers for the super sticker, Punk.
Oh, appreciate that, buddy. Appreciate that. Yes, we should have like an okra competition.
Oh, baby!
I'm better at that. Oh, baby! Yeah. So we could have an okra competition. Okra! Nah, I'm terrible at it. Absolutely terrible at it. Well, go on, Joe. You go for it.
Yeah.
No, I can't do it at all.
I can't roll the tongue. So yeah, that's the main thing you need, isn't it?
I can't.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
I can't. Yeah.
Anyway, there is
My
a
tongue's
new
bent out of
feature.
shape because it's been.
Fair enough. There is a new feature coming out now. It's called Rough Cuts. And it's about a 5-minute feature. It's about getting to know your Impact Wrestling stars out of character, I guess. And this week's was Steve Maclin. I thought it was actually really good. So I'm thinking that I'm thinking that this could be a really good. I hope they bring. Obviously they're going to start bringing them out every week. I don't know, but I think it's an Impact Plus thing. So if you've got Impact Plus, go and check it out. Rough Cuts, it's called, and it's a nice little feature. I really like it. So it's worth checking it out. You didn't see it, have you, Joe? You haven't seen it, or Steve?
I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen it. Did you like it, Joe?
I did, yeah. It was great to know that you learned a bit more about Steve Maclin's background before he came into wrestling. And it was nice to just get that into perspective. You know,
Exactly.
Wasn't a very, very big fan of football or basketball or anything like that. Wrestling was his go-to area, but he just didn't think that because he wasn't one of these like big guys like you saw in the 80s and the 90s. See what that it was. He's not that story. He's like he came in as the underdog, and then he reached the top of Impact Wrestling, and it's just incredible.
Yeah, he's done an amazing job. I'm a massive Steve Maclin fan. I think, I can safely say that anybody that's been watching this show for, the past year or so will know that the minute Steve Maclin turned up in Impact Wrestling, I was a fan. Yeah. Straight away, I'm like, this guy's going to be a star. And, I think he's doing an amazing job. He's moved away from the initial kind of Punisher gimmick. But I think because I was a big Punisher fan, I think that's why I sort of kind of related to his character straight away, and I really liked it. I like the way he's developed. His promo skills, I think, are really strong, and he's got a voice. He's got that kind of like gruff voice for it as well.
He's got a really, really intimidating voice if he wants to be really intimidating. Yeah. Really.
When he's saying what he's saying, you think he's genuinely like gonna kill you. You know what I mean? Like genuine. Yeah,
you believe every word he says.
He's actually a lovely. Yeah, but in reality, he's a real nice guy. You know what I mean? But interesting that. Can I just say a quick hello to Simon? Simon Plum turned up, which is good to see. So there's a Bonkers obviously he's joined us as well. He's talking about Jodie Threat there. We'll get to talk about Jodie in a second, guys.
Yeah, John Mazzardo up there as well, just popped in.
Oh, hello, John. Didn't see you there. Simon, put Simon's comment up there. He's saying that he loves everything Impact do, where the wrestlers are allowed to just be themselves. Food Fight series is great for doing that. I agree. I really enjoy Food Fight. And I quite like Wild On as well. Well, Taylor Wild's one. I think that's really cool as well. As well as Sammy one, where he, like, Sammy Callihan. They're all good. I think
Sammy's
they're all good. This rough cut thing. But I quite like this rough cut thing, so I'm looking forward to that. I love the diary stuff that they do. I think it's all really good stuff. I love it. And again, for me, a lot of this stuff where you're letting the wrestlers be themselves, a lot of people's like, it's killing kayfabe and all this. I think these days we kind of know that, they're characters and that, they're not
Yeah.
playing a role.
Yeah.
I think we know that now. So I think you just have to sort of kind of enjoy it for what it is. It doesn't kill kayfabe because you don't have to believe that they actually are going to, batter you with a sledgehammer.
No.
Because in reality, is if you were to go and do that to somebody, you would be put in prison. So I think people need to just sort of chill out a little bit on some of that stuff. But look at Zach there, like he's saying we should have TNI food fight. Maybe we should. We could have an Iron Brew fight. Anyone for an Iron Brew?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't see the interview with Giselle Shaw, I'm afraid. I didn't see that. Denise Salcedo. No, I didn't see that. Yeah, I didn't see that one, I'm afraid. I'm going to look it up, though, because I'm a bit of a fan of Giselle. I think she's great. I met her the beginning of last year at a Wrestle Carnival show, and actually she was really nice. So what's this? Bison, does this mean you're not a real lord? Well, actually, I can prove that I am a real lord. Hang on a second.
Ooh, you've been called out. Yeah, proven wrong.
Ooh.
There you go. I am actually officially a lord, and my wife is a lady. There it is. There's a certificate that proves it. There you go.
Can you hear that? No? Let me turn it up for you.
There you go. I am officially a lord. So there you go. There you go. See, Barry's like, you'll be saying PCO isn't dead next. No, that's true.
Yeah.
He's not.
That one rolled me over.
Yeah. But no, it's all good. No, it's all good. Now, the other thing I was going to say was, obviously, we sort of kind of hit on it briefly there, was that Wild On this week featured former TNA knockout Rebel. Now, of course, she's, I'm not sure if she's still signed to AEW. I'm not sure, but it did feature Rebel. I've only watched a little bit of it because they're quite long, the Wild Ones. They're about 30 minutes, and I just haven't had the time to listen to the whole thing. So it's definitely worth a watch. I enjoy those, and I'll probably stick it on and have a listen to it, and I'm driving in the car or whatever. But I like Rebel. I always liked Rebel back in the day. I thought she was cool. She's also a lot older than I think you realise as well. She's not a spring chicken Rebel. But I mean, she looks good for her age. Don't get me wrong. But I'm pretty sure she's in like her mid-40s. She's probably similar age to Mickie James. Am I right?
It's sort of around that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But hey, Eli and Impact Faithful podcast. Thanks for dropping in, buddy. Norbert's in the house as well. Oh my God, they're all dropping in today.
They're all dropping in
today. What's interesting though is that people keep asking us about these different things, and they're on my list, boys. You just got to be a bit more patient. You know what I mean? I've got a list here. I know where I'm going with this show, but I don't want to be jumping around all over the place. If I start jumping around all over the place, I'll miss stuff out. So be patient. I'm getting to it. Now, the other thing is, Impact is now available on Sky TV.
44 according to Zach Bonifer.
There you go. See, I knew she was definitely in her 40s, but she's an amazing talent. Absolutely amazing talent. But anyway, Cockmeister's in the house. Here we go. Yes, I'm just about to hit on that one, mate. I'm just about to. Just give me a second. So, Impact is now available on Sky TV via the DAZN 1 HD channel. It's going to be every Friday, 11 p.m., and that channel is $429. Now, I know that it's not available for free on all packages, okay? But it is available on some packages. Because I've got it and I don't pay for that channel. It's just part of my package, so I've got it. So it's worth, guys. If you've got Sky TV, I've got no idea. I mean, my package is the entertainment package. I think it's not a bad package, but like I've got Sky Movies, which includes Paramount Plus. I've got that, but no, I haven't got a sports package or anything like that. So I don't know, but I have a funny feeling that if you do have Sky with a sports package, then I'm pretty sure DAZN. DAZN
will be on there. Most likely will be. Yeah.
I think it's included. I think it's included with the sports package, so it is available. It's not available to obviously everybody. I've got it. Not that I'll be watching it Fridays at 11 p.m. because I like to watch it live. So, or as close to live as I can on YouTube.
Yeah.
I like to watch it as it's airing in the US, and I will always get up and watch it at that time because that's what I do now. I'm used to that. I love it, and I'm happy to do that. And of course, I pay my money to Ultimate Insider because that gives me the features of the specials every month as well, and I'm happy to pay. It's like £7. It's not exactly a lot of money. I did read as well that in the main press release, it stated in there that not only will you get the weekly show, but I believe they're planning on showing the monthly specials on there as well. So you get so if you don't have it and you did decide to sign up to DAZN, because let's face the facts, at the end of the day, DAZN is a pretty cool, it's a pretty cool subscription channel.
It's fucking.
They got a lot of big fights on there, MMA stuff, boxing. I mean, there's loads of stuff on there. It's well worth, even if it isn't, even if you're not into wrestling or whatever. But what I say is, at the end of the day, right, that the more places that Impact becomes available, the more opportunities for more people to see the product. That's the important thing, right? Definitely. Now we're already watching it.
And the more we can laugh at everyone saying that we still can't watch Impact Wrestling, because my God, people are still whinging about that.
Oh, it just gets on my nerves. Or I understand we all want to see Impact on a Freeview channel. We all do. You know what I mean? But it's not like it's not available, right? If
exactly.
The phrase is this: if you've got the internet, you've got Impact Wrestling. Simple as that, right? I'm not going to stop watching it on YouTube. They didn't say, "Oh, DAZN is replacing YouTube or replacing Impact Plus or replacing any other subscription option that you've got to watch it." They're saying it's in addition to.
Yeah.
So actually, for me, I've got an opportunity. If I don't get a chance to see it on YouTube or whatever, don't get around to it. Actually, I could tune into the DAZN 1 HD channel Friday night at 11 p.m. and watch it then, if I wanted to. It's available for me to do that. So the more places that it's available, the better. That's all I got to say. And the thing is, right, that
good job, Scott. Good job.
Exactly. Good job, Scott. He's doing a fantastic job. So, but the point here is that even it's not this is not necessarily geared to the fan of Impact that's already watching. This is geared to people that potentially are already subscribers to the DAZN that now get the opportunity to come across Impact Wrestling at 11 o'clock on you know what I mean? Like, they're already subscribed. They're on the channel. Oh, this is interesting. They start watching it and go, "Oh, this is really good." And before you know it, you've picked up another fan. So
definitely,
it's a great thing. The more places Impact is available, is a good thing, regardless. I know there was a few people moaning about it already because it's not on Freeview, but you know what I mean. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is more and more. It's becoming more and more available, and that's all that matters. See what Simon's saying, that too many people are judging Impact by its basic TV access rather than its actual accessibility. It's like complaining that a Netflix show isn't being screened on BBC One. See, exactly, Simon. That is exactly right. There you go, Barry Monkey. I want Impact on BBC One at 7 p.m. on Thursday before it's on the American anything else. I'm going to bloody complain about it.
I think that's very unlikely. It'd be amazing, but I think that's very unlikely.
Yeah, and people just literally moan about anything they can bloody well moan about. It gets on my tits. I did post earlier. I actually thought it was a Freeview channel because nothing was said in the press release about it being a premium channel or anything like that. And because I know that I've got it, because I've watched it a few times over the last couple of months since it started, because I think it became a channel around March time, I think. And somebody mentioned it, and I went, "Oh, I'm going to go and have a look." So I went and had a look, and it was there. So I honestly thought it was a Freeview channel because it was available for me. But it must be, like I said, that because I've got a movies or something, it's also available. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up and see why I've got it compared to why other people haven't got it. But it's definitely available for some people because I've got it. So
It
and like
probably
you
is
say,
part
if
of
you've
the
got
Sky
a sports
package.
it probably is. If and it might be worth having a look to see how much an upgrade is to the package that contains it. And if it ain't very much, hey, happy days.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's certainly worth looking into if it's a better option for you as an individual. If that's a better option for you, then why not look into it?
I just hope this time slot they have is their time slot, because like I remember back when they were on like Spike, and they were consistently one week it was this time, 1 week it was this time, 1 week it was this time.
That was the biggest problem with
yeah.
it being on Freeview.
Yeah. You never ever knew what time Impact Wrestling was coming on, because it would change week to week. So I hope the time slot they've got is the time slot.
I agree, totally.
Oh, it will be. It will be.
To be
with
fair,
things
isn't
like
that
that.
same? I'm pretty sure that is the same time slot that they had when they were on Challenge.
It was.
Fridays
Maybe,
at 11.
yeah.
But
Yeah, it was.
Like, sure.
Sometimes on Challenge it would then jump to midnight, depending on what was on
And
beforehand
I think
as
it
well.
would.
So
I think it would also.
yeah, they
repeat.
might have needed to play the Bullseye special, possibly.
yeah,
Then
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
bump it
Fucking
up.
fucking
No, I get
ridiculous.
that.
Yeah. It would also. I think it would also
Bullseye,
repeat the day after, which was quite handy for those that couldn't watch it that evening.
It did, yeah. Well, didn't it replay the following morning? Is that right?
I
Or
think so, yeah.
Like 10 a.m. or something.
Yeah, because
remember
I used
that.
to watch it in the mornings.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, Saturday mornings at 10. I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Never mind
Now,
Saturday morning
Top Meister's
cartoons.
saying-
Saturday morning Impact Wrestling.
Yeah. Why not?
That's it. So, like, what Cockmite said, just having a UK presence can only be positive for Impact. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. The more places you can watch the product, that's all. I've got to say that I'm pretty sure that you can watch. Impact is more accessible as a brand and as a product than any other brand other than WWE. I'm sure of it. Because they, like you say, they are available absolutely. Like if you got the internet,
At the
you can watch
moment,
it. End of.
at the moment, OVW and Impact Wrestling are the most widely available net programs out there on the internet and elsewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
They're even above WWE and AEW.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
If you
Now,
want to
I'm
find
gonna
it, you
say
can
this.
find it.
Punk is saying that he watches the highlights from the show on Impact's YouTube channel, which is interesting because you can literally watch the entire show broken down into segments.
Yeah.
I don't think for me, I couldn't do that. I don't think because I like it to flow. I like my show to flow. From segment to segment to segment, and I don't like watching things out of order potentially. I like the way that they sort of kind of like set the show out. I like that because I think that's part and parcel of what it's about. But to be fair, Punk, like for like £1 a month, you could watch it. You could actually watch the show with no adverts, no breaks, straight off the bat. So no excuses.
Yeah. But then it's one of those where it's like, well,
Simple as that.
like maybe Impact shouldn't put as much on their YouTube page to kind of entice to watch the show.
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, maybe they should just put a few things up, not all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But okay, I'll tell you something else. It's just been announced as well, or last week it was announced that Steve Maclin will get his rematch with Alex Shelley at Wagga Wagga during the Down Under tour of Australia. I think that's pretty cool. And also, I believe Deanna Prazo, it's been announced that Deanna Prazo will be facing Giselle Shaw as well. I don't know if that's a title match or whether it's just a match. I'm not sure. But either way, two pretty good matches, I would say. But again, very interesting there. I mean, unfortunately, poor old Steve, I think, is going to lose again. But
I am the fucking greatest.
She certainly is the fucking greatest. But I'm pretty sure he's going to lose. But it could be interesting if it was a non-title bout. If they gave him a non-title bout at some point and he won, then maybe you could interject him into something. a little bit later on down the line, but I
Yeah.
guess we'll see. Bonus Baby said he wished that Anthem would get AXSTV into more homes, but Impact is widely available. People who say they can't watch it are afraid to look for it because they might like it and be wrong for dogging it. I agree. I think that's actually an interesting thing. You should say that as well.
It's kind of like one of those things where like there's many music bands out there. It's like I don't want to admit I like this band, and Impact has become one of those things where it's like I don't want to admit I like it now.
Exactly. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. Simon's saying it's a great time for Australian shows as well because it's 10 a.m. start here in the UK, so it's nice and easy to watch live. Yeah, that's true. So I'll be looking forward to that, actually. I'm looking forward to those Australian shows, and I'll tell you why in a second.
Definitely.
Because they've recently released some of the Australian talent, the Impact Down Under tour, and that's Steph DeLander, again, someone that I really rate. I think she's fantastic, but could that mean we might get to see Matt Cardona as well?
Yeah, I'm thinking Matt Cardona might make an appearance. That would be really cool.
Exactly. Yeah, man. You've got Slex, who I don't know too much about, but he's got a good look. Robbie Eagles, I've seen him. He's pretty solid. Erica Reed. You've got someone called Aisha. I don't know her. And Adam Brooks, who is really good. So some pretty good Aussie talents that are going to be on display over that Down Under tour. I believe some of them will obviously be on the actual Impact show itself. Some of them are going to be through that Impact showcase thing that they're doing. What's it called? Showcase to business and all that kind of stuff as well. So some of it's going to be done with that. You never know; they might turn up on the podcasting that they're doing as well with Conrad. So I think there's some really good stuff on the cards with regards to what's got to go on with the Down Under tour. Really looking forward to that. Slowpoke. He loves the name Wagga Wagga because it reminds him of Fuzzy Bear. The Fuzzy Bear tour. Love it. Yes, we're getting Steph DeLander apparently, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and
I agree with that. Someone needs to sign Steph ASAP. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Got a
She
lot of
came
time
in
for her.
ages ago,
I think
didn't
she's
she? And then
fantastic.
sort of went off, and there was
I
rumours that
think-
she'd gone off to AEW.
Yeah.
But fingers crossed this time.
And I still think she would make a great addition to the Coven. But there you go. No. Oh, he can't afford it, unfortunately. Oh well, never mind, Punk. Never mind. So, also, let's talk about Moose, shall we? Let's talk about Moose. Moose announces via social media that he has signed a long-term, in fact, the longest deal that anyone has ever signed with Impact Wrestling, which is great news. Let's face the facts. Absolutely fantastic news.
Because I like scumbags.
We like Moose. We love it. Moose. Absolutely fantastic. I don't think he's ever going to go anywhere. And I think Slowpoke's right. Lifetime contract. Maybe that's what it is. He's got a lifetime contract with Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. That would be cool.
Well, his message was he wants to be the next AJ Styles. You know, everyone keeps saying this guy is the next AJ Styles. This guy is the next Samoa Joe. Well, Moose wants to actually be that guy, and to do that, you need either at least a 6 or 7 year deal, possibly a lifetime contract. But either way, there's no doubt that Moose's heart is lying for the next 8 or 9 years.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
Simon, you're so right.
You know,
you're so right. That post of his was definitely trolling at the start. Definitely, you're right.
Oh, definitely. My opinion was he was either going to step away for like a couple of months, then make up his mind, or he was staying with Impact Wrestling. I didn't think he was going to go to WWE or AEW or anywhere like that.
Bullwinkle. No, I'm glad. I'm really pleased.
Definitely. I just hope
I'm
Impact have
absolutely
some
over it.
plan for him, because they have. He's kind of looked a bit lost lately, haven't he?
Well, I think the thing is, I think he obviously, there was a point where they didn't know whether he was necessarily going to sign or not. So I think they sort of kind of had him in that, almost like that holding position where, he's getting some stuff. He's getting a couple of main events, but he's not going to get a title run at the moment unless he signs on the dotted line kind of thing. So I like I said, I have a funny feeling we're going to see a bit more from him now. But he is Mr. Impact Wrestling, let's face it. Or he's certainly, that's what he wants to be, let's put it that way. But
he can be it.
Maybe we're going to go, like you say, maybe we're going to get to see Moose and Myers as tag team champs. Who knows? Maybe that is where they're going to go with it.
I feel a little disappointed with that, because I would have loved to have seen Myers stick with the Good Hands a bit. They fit so well together.
It doesn't necessarily mean that the Good Hands couldn't be part of some kind of faction. They could all be some sort of, thing.
Well, knowing Moose, he's probably just going to spear Myers out of his boots and give him give him that.
Yeah. Knowing Moose, it'll probably end up like a Kurt Angle thing, where they'll win the tag titles and then Moose will spear him and say, "No, I've got both of them."
It could be. It could be. Yeah, definitely. But it's good to see. It's good to see that Moose is signed.
Definitely.
For long term. It's fantastic to see. And like we said, the main thing was for me was that he was absolutely trolling those WWE and AEW marks, like almost begging him to go to their promotion. And even today, I saw a couple of them saying he wanted them to go. They obviously didn't realise that he'd let us all know.
Well, he said that last time, didn't he, when his contract was up, that he had a lot of offers.
Yeah, he did. I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He might be a better the devil you know kind of guy as well. I don't know. But I agree, Punk. Xia Brookside would be fantastic. And maybe if they come to the UK, like there was an indication, maybe Xia will get her shot. Although having said that, she's now got her visa to go to the US. I don't know if she's living in the US at the moment, but I know she got a visa. But we'll have to see. But anyway, good news on Moose joining Impact long term. Good news. Leo Rush is set to appear at the Atlanta tapings this weekend. I think that's
Hello, Hakeem.
As long as he doesn't retire before Friday, I'm good with it. You know what I mean? But no, I think he did a fantastic job at the Multiverse United show. I think did he face? I'm trying to think who he faced. Was it Mike Bailey? Leo.
No, Leo Rush took on the guy Josh Alexander was meant to be facing.
Which was?
I think it was Kenta.
Kenta, that's right. It was Kenta, right? Which was, that was a fantastic match. So I'm glad. Leo is great on the mic. He's great on the mic. He's an all-round fantastic wrestler as well. So just sometimes doesn't seem to know what he wants to do with himself. But yeah, no, it's good to see Leo doing a set of tapings with Impact. I'm up for it. Kevin Knight is back as well. Which is again good to see.
It's good to see. Yeah.
Hey Hakeem, nice to see you, mate. Thanks for joining us. Norman's back as well. AEW would 100% would not book Moose correctly. No, you're right. They wouldn't. They've got no freaking idea. Well, they don't know how to book anybody.
Look what they've done with Brian Cage.
And Morrissey. Look what they've done with him.
Oh, mate. Morrissey was just literally thrown into the fucking walls. Unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable. But in other news, talking about AEW, of course, Hunter Delirious Johnson has taken on a creative position with Impact Wrestling as Jimmy Jacobs leaves to take up a producer role for AEW. So I think we sort of kind of touched on this a little bit last week, didn't we? That there was the rumours of it going on, and we weren't sure what
it was rumours about it.
And then obviously it got confirmed, I think, the day after or a couple of days later. So, but it's good to see that Delirious is back. He's not taking the head of creative role,
No.
but he is taking a creative position full time with Impact Wrestling, which I think is great. He's got a good track record. He certainly spent a good 2 or 3 years as the head of creative production at Ring of Honor, so got a pedigree. So it'd be interesting to see where we go from here. And you know, it's the era of Delirious. So we've had era of Jacobs. We're now on to the Delirious era. But it's interesting that they've not given him the head position. Like, they haven't filled that position as such. They've just brought in someone to help with creative.
I mean, it might
because
just be
I personally would like to see Sami Callihan get more involved.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Guys like Sammy.
I think
Sammy and Bully Ray would be great in there.
Yeah.
In the creative roles.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it's also a case of how many heads do you want back there? Because sometimes you can have too many, can't you?
Yeah.
I mean, a team of 2 or 3 is what you need. And then with some of the producers of the matches that they've got backstage now as well, you know, like Lance Storm is back
Lance
there.
Storm. I think you've got RD Evans back there. Now you've got Delirious.
Yeah.
I
mean, we've got some real talented
Dina's
people.
technically a producer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got some very, very talented people behind the scenes there. So I don't think we're going to have any problems. I'm looking forward to see what the creative have come up with for this set tapings in Atlanta. And then obviously moving forward, I would also think as well that Jimmy's not left it up in the air. So because I mean, obviously some of the storylines, you know, I would imagine he's probably set some storylines up all the way to Slam or something.
Definitely.
You know, to get us to Slammiversary, and they might sort of although things might take a slightly different turn maybe, but the basic prowess is probably there, and then you might see sort of almost like a reset in storylines after Slam, where, you know, I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah.
I guess.
And realistically, head of creative is basically just the one who signs it off. All the other creative members are the ones that are working on it too. So, you know, all the other creative members have kind of all got an idea where these storylines are going.
Yeah, exactly. They got an idea. Hey Mick, thanks for joining us. Jim Cornette, are you fucking kidding me? You don't want that cunt anywhere near anything. Fucking hell. Shout out
to Tommy Dreamer too. Good. Wishing him health.
I didn't see that. I didn't hear anything about that. So he's battling skin cancer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus
so,
I feel bad about saying he's really. I feel bad about saying I don't like seeing him on TV now. You know, I don't want to see him in the ring anymore. I feel bad.
Yeah, but he's still got creative head backstage. But send the well wishes.
Take care of yourself, Tommy. Yeah, definitely send in the well wishes. Here, look at that. You and Moore and Delirious back together. Their promos were brilliant. I have to say they were good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, nobody could understand Delirious, let alone understand Yuya. But there you go. Yeah, some good stuff in there. Okay. Bonus. What's he got to say? Oh, interesting. Here we go. Nick Aldis, in an interview with Generation Wrestling Podcast, stated he is at Impact to turn the company around. Let me state that. Let me phrase that again. Let me just say that again. Nick Aldis, in an interview with Generation of Wrestling Podcast, stated he is at Impact Wrestling to turn the company around.
If you have small children, please ask them to leave the room right now.
Thank God. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for coming to Impact Wrestling to turn it around. I mean, it was in the shitter until you turned up, a month or so ago. It was absolutely in the shitter, and we needed Nick Aldis to turn it around. Thank you, Nick. Thanks for coming to Impact Wrestling. You are the savior of Impact Wrestling. I am so grateful that you decided to bring your grass-growing self to Impact Wrestling to save us from, from what? I don't know. Obviously he thinks Impact's been going down the shitter, so he's back to be its savior, and I just couldn't be happier. I just couldn't be happier. That's for sure.
There is absolutely garbage in here.
You're right. I think you're right. Yeah, Impact is profitable and making good shows. I think Nick Aldis could definitely turn that around. I agree. So yeah. Anyway, thanks, Nick.
This is sick. This is sick. This whole place is going to hell in a handbasket.
There you go. Look at that. So what's this about? What's that? Yeah, what, Nick? Yeah, that's true. I could. Maybe I should apply for the backstage role of interviewing Nick Aldis on a weekly basis and see if we could get more than paint drying out of him. You never know. I don't know. Fingers crossed his heel turn is better than his face.
There's only one person that's going to interview him now.
Who's
Jimmy?
that?
It's got to be Johnny Swinger, surely.
Oh, mate. Yeah, that would be fantastic. I'd be able to watch that, definitely. I'd definitely be able to watch that. But there you go. There you go. There you go. Nick Aldis is here to save Impact Wrestling. He's going to turn the company around, and I'm excited for it. I can't wait. Can't wait.
All I'll say is, if you watch it after his heel turn, maybe it makes a bit of sense. But before then, nah.
Currently, no. But it also looks like, on a brighter note, that Tasha Steelz is returning this weekend to face Deanna Purrazzo, as Deanna Purrazzo has issued an open challenge for this weekend. So could be interesting. Could be interesting, definitely. So I think Tasha's back. I mean, they've already been sticking it on social media. They've been sticking it to each other there. So what do you think, boys? I mean, let's face it. Isn't Tasha from
greatest?
Isn't Tasha from Atlanta, or Hot Atlanta, as they like to call it?
That's Kira Hogan. Kira Hogan's from Atlanta. Tasha Steelz is from...
Oh yeah, Texas, isn't she?
Somewhere like Texas. Or,
there you go. Slowpoke says she might not be from there, but she lives there. She lives in Atlanta. I mean, maybe she could bring Kira with her. Maybe the reason we haven't seen Tasha for a while is we might be seeing the return of fire and flavor. What do you think?
Maybe.
I hope so.
I was going to say, I don't know. Is Kira still under AEW or not?
She was never signed, mate.
She was
never signed. No, she was on one of those paper appearance deals.
In that case, then yeah.
So I think we should. I'd like to see Kira back.
Definitely.
Because I think currently she's absolutely wasted.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, and Impact.
Look at this dumbass.
Could use them back.
But there you go. I think it's right. Does he do reach arounds and turnarounds on Mickie James as successful as we know? There you go. Interesting, Cockmeister. Who knows? We'll have to see. Actually, he did mention Mickie James, because there is with regards to Mickie James' status at the moment, she is 100% fit now. She's back to where she needs to be, and that she's just waiting for that right opportunity to come back. She's definitely coming back to Impact Wrestling. It's just when. So that's all a good thing. That's all very, very positive. Would love to see Tasha cost Trinity the match. That's interesting.
Go into a program.
That's yes, that would be fantastic. Johnny Stringer constantly saying he remembers Nick Aldis from the 70s and calling him Mick McManus, endlessly asking him about fighting Les Kellett. I love it. I love it. That would be awesome. That would be so funny. Yeah, definitely. Kira's on Ring of Honor challenge Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Yeah, she has been turned up on Ring of Honor as well, definitely. But again, completely wasted. The girl needs to be back on Impact Wrestling. And I'm sorry, we need Fire and Flavor back together again. I love Fire. Fire and Flavor was so good. I love the whole doing commentary of their own matches while they were wrestling. I thought that was so good. I remember I did an interview with Tasha a couple of years ago now, and we talked about that when it was Fire and Flavor. We talked about their chemistry, and I said about how did the whole almost commentating their own matches sort of kind of gimmick thing come into play, and she said it was quite natural. They just started doing it one day and thought, hang on, this is cool. And they just kept doing it. And I think it worked really well. And do you know why I think it worked well at that time? Because when Fire and Flavor obviously, became tag champs, we were still in the pandemic and there was no audience.
Yeah.
So you could really hear them.
Yeah, you could really hear it, and it really sort of kind of made it. It sort of set it apart. It set those matches apart a little bit. And I think it was really good. I liked it. But anyway, I'd like to see those guys back in the tag division. I think they would be great. I mean, you imagine them. You get I don't know, whenever the next sort of kind of like tag championship matches, Death Dolls versus the Covenant or whatever it is, and then right at the end of the match, whoever wins, the next challengers come out and it's Fire and Flavor. Hey, it would just be awesome.
The roof would blow off.
It would be amazing. I think the roof would blow off. I think they would go absolutely crazy for it. But hey, Courtney, thanks for joining us. Norbert is here as well. Great to see you. Zicky Dice is in refereeing school. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think Swinger sent him off for it, didn't he, or something?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so that he could win the matches.
Johnny Springer's way to win the match now is to get Ziggy Dice.
That's it. I remember.
Ziggy has to be the next Ella Hebner.
Get ref on his side. I'll tell you what, though, sticking with the knockouts, we've got a couple of birthday shout-outs as well this week, haven't we? Because it was Masha Slamovic's birthday and Jessica's birthday with a C and a K, because she is sick. So it's good to see.
Because I'm sick!
That's it. You got to do this. Because I'm sick! It's great. I'm really... I mean, Masha's amazing. I love Masha Slamovich. I absolutely love Masha Slamovich. She's one of my favourite knockouts at the moment, along with Killer Kelly, who I think is getting a fantastic push right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if they push her all the way to the world title at some point. Definitely. So looking forward to that. What's going on? So AEW has reached the same point WWE has. Roster is too large, and they don't have the airtime to feature all the talent properly. I agree, 100%. They never did.
They reached that by mid 2020.
In the first year, they reached that in the first year.
Yeah, they brought.
I mean, come on.
Too much ambition, and it just. It was just overloaded, and it just made no fucking sense.
Look at that. That's true.
Even Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks said it was Tony was signing too many people, and you should just stop and use what we've got, but just push ahead and carry on.
Yeah, that's why they got about 10 different shows now.
Well, exactly. I mean, now you've got Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, right? As well as your Dark. Actually, they're not doing Dark anymore, are they? Have they stopped?
They're not doing Dark or any. They stopped both of them, but they should have made this extra show an extra Ring of Honor show, in my opinion. If I was watching it, because the Ring of Honor is just AEW +1. Yeah, it's
maybe what they should
+1.
do is the Ring of Honor should be on YouTube. That should be their YouTube show or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's up to them. Whatever they do is up to them. I don't really care. But either way, I think they've got way too much talent. But anyway, happy birthday to Masha and Jessica, because she is Sook. So I'm glad to hear that. Got to say it again because I like doing that. Sook. What is it? Sook. I love it. I love doing that. I did it. You know, the best thing I ever did was do that with her herself when I interviewed her, and the second one was doing it with Courtney Rush. When we mentioned Jessica, we just both simultaneously went, "You Sook." It was brilliant. That was brilliant. Anyway, congratulations to former TNA Knocked Up champion ODB on getting married to Big Al. Exactly. I think that's pretty cool too. Good to see that. She's finally met the right man for her. Obviously, Cody Deaner wasn't the man for her, and nor was...
or Eric Young.
Nor Eric Young was the man for her. So, anyway, former Knocked Up champion ODB got married to Big Al, which is great. Hello, Anna. Nice to see you. What's this? I'd lose track too. Oh yeah, definitely, totally. You lose track of all of it. It's just unbelievable. So congratulations to her, ODB, and the Big Al. Good congratulations, guys. Now I want to end on this because I think this is pretty awesome news. Revolver news. Now we all know that Wrestling Revolver is now my second favourite promotion. Right, I love it. Absolutely love it. So this past weekend just gone, we had Wrestling Revolver's show, Ring of Destiny. I love these sort of kind of like names that Sammy comes up with, that plays on the movies and all that kind of stuff. I love it. I love it. Of course, we've got the new, oh God, Harrison Ford. What's his name? Indiana Jones. Right?
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, we got the new Indiana Jones film coming out, which is good. So I'm loving it. I like it. Revolver is basically Impact 2.0. Well, a lot of the Impact talent are definitely on there, that's for sure. But the Revolver news is this, right? ABC drops the titles to the Motor City Machine Guns in an absolute epic match. I'm going to say that right now. That match is epic. And of course, friend of mine and friend of the show, Jake Crist, the Firestar himself, has become the Pro Wrestling Revolver World Champion, defeating Steve Maclin at the pay-per-view Ring of Destiny. Now, a lovely moment, obviously, was with Nevaeh and Jake's daughter coming into the ring, and of course Steve Maclin showing absolute total respect for Jake at the end as well, which I thought was pretty awesome. I thought it was this was a really good show. And fantastic news. Congratulations, Jake Crist. I'm so happy for him. I really am. What were your thoughts? I know you watched these matches several times, Joe.
I've watched the event twice, and at the end of that Jake Crist match, I was in tears the first time. And Bobby Olsen, reading all he's got to say about Jake Crist and how he's been supporting him over the last year, I couldn't agree with him more. You know, nobody deserves it any more than Jake Crist does. And seeing Steve Maclin break character and just go up to him and give him a hug rather than just hand him the belt or anything like that was so nice to see as well. I was so pleased to see Jake Crist win that belt, you know, after given all the shit he's gone through, especially over the last 2 or 3 years, and how he's turned it all around and now it's finally paying off. And it's just incredible. So incredible.
Absolutely. I think Slipo's right there when he's saying that they literally are they're just must see. Every single Revolver show is must see, but the talent that they have. I mean, sometimes they've literally got a majority of the Impact roster turn up, plus some of the top indie stars, right, or the upcoming Ohio stars and indie guys that are like Myron Reed and people like that. You know, John Moxley's on the card.
He was on
AEW stars.
That last one. John Moxley was on the last one, and in the main event, that was fucking brutal.
Oh, mate, you know, absolutely amazing. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate that, and I'm sure Steve appreciates it as well.
Thank you.
I like the way you get these, Steve. She hasn't bloody. She never does that for me. Doesn't say nice to see you, Bison. Here's a couple of quid, mate.
I'm the special one.
Yep. I don't know. There you go. Anyway, there I'm only joking. But yeah, so you know, you do tend to get a couple of people from AEW, get some great stars from the indie circuit. You know, you get to see the Rascals, which is always a bonus. You get to see Gia Miller, you know, in a that sort of kind of valet role, work with obviously Bullet Club, which is good. I really like that as well. So there's lots of real cool shit on there.
I love the stuff
and
Matthew
you're right.
Rabel is doing with Batman Colson. That's incredible too. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah,
Stuff
there's just so much good
Colson
stuff
is
on
really
there.
good.
So much good stuff on there. Really is. You're right, Myron Reed. I'm sorry, but Myron Reed needs to be on Impact Wrestling. End of. No question. No question. Myron Reed needs to be signed to Impact Wrestling, and I don't understand why he's not, because he's fucking awesome. He is.
I'm
so
still
good.
surprised we haven't seen anything from them.
He's not called the young goat for nothing. Like, this dude is really good. He just needs an Impact Wrestling to really showcase how good he is. But there you go. Did someone say bonus? That's true. There you go, Lazuli. Who's he talking about? Barry Monkey. Have I missed something? Oh, there you go. So Slowpoke.
Yeah. Back then when you're talking about Indiana Jones and Barry Monkey was sort of saying, "Oh, did you mean Stone Rockwell?"
Oh no! I just meant the name.
And then they all go, yeah.
No, I just meant like the whole kind of like, you know, the marketing of the show was based around the new Indiana Jones show, which is good, really good.
Yeah. And then they're sort of half joking through their comments about.
I get what they're saying. I get it. I missed that. There was a kissing competition in the match, which was good. That was Diana Praza and Maclin and Speedball and his wife. Vader Scott. See, that's another. I'd like again. Vader Scott is awesome. You know, we need to get to having an annual Knockouts Knockdown show again with Vader Scott on commentary. I think that would be cool. You know, but there you go. That's something.
Vader Scott.
But yeah, so it was. Oh, definitely. But Revolver for me, like I watch every single one of theirs. I love it. I absolutely love Wrestling Revolver. It's so raw. You know what I mean? It's like the production is not too bad, but it's just so raw. I really like it. It really, I can't praise it enough, to be honest. I just absolutely love Wrestling Revolver. It definitely is my second favorite promotion, without doubt. And I love the way Sammy thinks. You know, his booking is really good. You know, he knows how to book a show. I'll tell you that. He knows how to book a show. And that's why, again, that's another reason why I think, you know, he's someone that they should get involved in with possibly the creative side and the booking side of Impact Wrestling, because he's bloody good at it. Anna Reed, I think Myron is coming when they have the storyline ready. She called it months ago that Fulton was returning. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm not saying he's not coming, and but yeah, I think the Rascals are coming. I think Zach Wentz is coming as well. I think we are going to get the Rascals as heels on Impact Wrestling pretty soon. I feel it. I can feel it in my water. It's coming. You know, Trey's dropped the title. He's not happy about it. He's gonna do something. And for me, he's got to bring his mates in. And actually, I'd like to see the Rascals as tag champs as well, because they never actually did it, did they? Before?
No, they didn't. No,
version,
which is such a pain in the ass.
I think Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz as tag champs would be amazing, and then Myron Reed going for the X Division title would be awesome too.
I kind of feel like Trey has kind of gone to that point where he could have the world title now.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. But there's a few other people I think who could possibly be in that position right now. I think.
Oh yeah.
Like Chris Bay. I mean, I think Chris Bay would be amazing. Ace Austin would be amazing, world champion.
The ultimate finesser, your girl's favorite wrestler, Chris Bay.
Crispy. Yeah, no. So I think I don't know. There's quite a few people that could be in a world title shot. It's quite.
I beat Chris Sabin.
Again, like you said, there's another one. A costume. I think, yeah, exactly.
I'd still like Chris Bay to have another X Division run, because his X Division run was absolutely, it's really poor. He held it for like a few weeks, maybe was it like a week and a half, maybe a month?
Just over a month.
He held it twice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might be wrong.
Yeah, it was really short.
Yeah, no, he would be good. It would be good, but I mean, at the moment they're killing it as tag champs. To be fair.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So who knows what will happen. But you're right, Mick. I don't think they. I mean, they did do nothing with the Rascals. I thought the stuff that they did with them was very entertaining. The trio stuff was great.
Everyone was putting over LAX though. That was the problem. Everyone was just putting over LAX.
They just never quite got that payoff. That was the thing. They did everything right, just never had the payoff.
No, because there was just other teams there that were sort of kind of taking the spotlight. Like Lucha Brothers were there. Didn't you? I mean, you had Lucha Brothers, you had LAX, as well as the Rascals and a few other teams as well. But
and the one time you felt like they should have pulled the trigger, was it New York? And then Trey got the pin rather than Wentz or Desmond, who was in the match.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember, to be honest. I know that they had a couple of opportunities. I mean, they had a great match in Motor City Machine Guns. But
there was one time where they thought they'd won it, weren't it? And then Trey tagged in.
Exactly. I mean, there's another classic example of a team or two wrestlers got completely wasted in AEW. Like they had one of the best tag teams in the world, and they did nothing with them for ages, and then split them up. I mean, come on, what the fuck?
Yeah, and from what we hear, it doesn't look like they'll get back together again.
Oh God, no, there's issues there now, isn't there? But, I mean, I'm sorry, that's all caused by the fact that they went to AEW. If they hadn't done that, they'd still be smashing it now. They'd probably be tag champs in Impact. But there you go, I know. So let's talk about what we've got coming. We've got there's no main event Monday this week, because I think the main event Monday's every 2 weeks. So we'll go straight to the digital media exclusive match. We've got Jason Hotch versus Nate Bock. It was at Combat One Wrestling. I'm pretty sure that Joe has watched this. So do you want to give us our thoughts, Joe, on this one?
It was an interesting stipulation in this match. Both guys had to perform a top rope high-flying move before either of them can get a pin. So you really got to see Jason Hotch and his opponent diversify a lot of offense just to keep each other off the top rope and doing a leap or anything before. And you really got to... It's another match that just showcases what Jason Hotch can do and what he's bringing into Impact Wrestling. And it was a really good 10-minute match. I really, really did enjoy it.
One thing I like about some of these digital media matches that they're showing now is they are getting a good bit of time, so you actually get a decent length, like a 10-minute match is good. Not just like measly like 3 or 4 minute squash match or something silly like that. That's the thing. Can I just quickly answer Mick Thomason's question there? He's asking, do I think Stu Young is going to come back?
I hope so.
I'm going to say yes. I hope so, but I'm going to say yes. I think she's going to return. But again, it's very similar to Tasha's, very similar to Myron Reed that we were talking about, or the Rascals or whatever. It's got to be the right time. And I'm sure that we are going to see Su Yung return at some point. But I think it also needs to be a big occasion as well, because she's so big. She's so over with Impact that I think that she can't just return to a normal show. Has to be a special, or it has to be a pay-per-view.
Well, we thought it would be hard to kill with the coffin tease, didn't we? But obviously that was a tease too far.
I couldn't believe it.
Something happened to the Death Dolls before Su Yung comes back.
There is a possibility. I mean, maybe Su Yung, brings back Rosemary.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Slowpoke says she's been making indie dates to get herself ready, which is true. She has been doing indie dates for some time now. But again, she hasn't been doing that many. She's just been doing a few. I'm not seeing her like popping up on a lot of events, but she has been doing a few definitely. We then head over to BTI. We've got Nevaeh Crist, of course, versus Jodie Threat. Again, I think this could be a really good match because one thing's for sure is Nevaeh is quite a hard-hitting, tough chick. So you put her in against someone like Jodie Threat, this is going to be a good match. I think that Jodie's obviously going to win because she's the side talent and the one that they're trying to push. So, but again, like I say, good match is potential. I reckon this again will be a good 10 minutes, good 10-minute match, maybe 15. But yeah, looking forward to this one, and it's good to see Nevaeh getting another opportunity for Impact Wrestling. I have to say though, right? Wouldn't she make an amazing death doll?
Yes.
Yeah, she would. I can't remember who mentioned it last week, but someone also said about her going into what, if they stick around, the new version of OVE, which would be also quite cool.
Yeah.
If they stick around.
I'm not sure what's going on with OVE. What I do know is that Jake and Fulton aren't at the Atlanta tapings. I do know that. All right. So whether that's just for that set of tapings, I don't know. We will see OVE a little bit later on down the line. I know that Sammy has got a tag match with Rich Swann against Maclin and Bully Ray at the Atlanta tapings, which is interesting. So they're still sort of kind of keeping that, alive as such with Rich. But again, it makes sense because I mean, at the end of the day, Rich is apparently now part of OVE, so it's not like you know. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I hope that they bring Jake and Fulton back. I really do, because I think OVE is a faction needed on Impact Wrestling right now. Do you agree?
Definitely.
Yeah. Totally, man. Totally. We then head into Impact Wrestling. We've got Eddie Edwards. It's a bit of a tag-heavy show, actually. We've got Eddie Edwards, Frankie Kazarian versus Bully Ray and Steve Maclin. So obviously they're giving Bully and Steve as a tag team a bit of practice. So they're going against Eddie and Frankie. We've got OVE, and it looks like it's Fulton and Jake. Actually, sorry, it's all three of them taking on Brian Myers and the Good Hands.
That's going to be really good.
Looks like they're keeping Myers and the Good Hands together for at least another one. So another three-way.
Myers has invited Moose at ringside to watch this match after his loss last week.
Right. Moose is going to be ringside for this one. So that's going to be interesting. We've got the design, which I'm not sure who. I think it's going to be Angels and Con taking on Bailey and Gresham. Again, they're going back to this tag team of Bailey and Gresham. It's starting to become a bit familiar. They're a good tag team. They were really good. I'd like to see them moving forward as a tag team. Be really good. And we've also got Taylor Wilde versus the girl that I think is getting a bit of a push at the moment, Killer Kelly. So I'm looking forward to that because I'm a huge fan of both these talents. And in the moment, it's I think it's the only knockouts match on the show. So I think we could safely say we're probably going to get another one, but it'll be set up on the show, I'm sure. Anna's saying that she's so happy for OV to be back. I just don't know for how long. Fulton returns. I hope they use it properly, unlike last time. I thought he looked great.
He did
in the match at the special. And I'm sorry, was it Under Siege? Was it Under Siege? No, not Under Siege. What was the last one? Against the Odds. I thought he looked great against the Odds, and I think he's gonna look great along with Jake in this one as well. So, I think I think Fulton just looks really good at the moment. I mean, he's in incredible shape, which also allows him to do some more really good stuff as well. So it's good.
Yeah.
So Cockmeister was asking, can I ask you can I ask you watching the currency of Dark Side of the Ring? And if so, what do you all think of it so far? I think they're possibly starting to run out of controversial stories now. They probably are. To be honest, I haven't watched it yet. But I will look it up. So I do like watching that sort of stuff. What's going on here? Cutler Bears. Oh, unfortunately, Courtney's got to leave us. Okay, sweetheart. Take care. Get your errands done. And we'll probably see you next week. But yeah, so I think we've got some good stuff lined up for tomorrow night. So I'm excited for all of that. But I have to say, I think that's just about all we've got time for this week. But don't forget to tune in to TNI Impact Review Show tomorrow night, live on YouTube and Twitch directly after Impact as aired on AXSTV, Fight Network Canada, Impact Plus, YouTube Insiders, and of course, DAZN. Please don't forget to head over to the TNI Patreon for exclusive extra content when you sign up. And, of course, join the Discord where we pretty much talk about everything Impact and, of course, wrestling related, as well as movies and other sports, etc. Don't tell anyone I told you this, but we do talk about WWE and AEW. Definitely worth checking those out. In fact, I think we've even got a dedicated space for those two promotions. So lots of stuff to go and check out and get involved in. But guys, please don't forget to head. Please don't forget that all TNI shows are available to all of you listen on the go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favorite shows. We are there, so don't forget that. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can follow me on Twitter at JokerEmptySpace. You can jump onto Facebook or Twitter, look for #EmptySpace, #IntoTheVoid, or if you fancy to take your taste buds and your sense of humor, #Daily Giggle. I'll get that right, but that's gargling too much. But approach with an open mind, and you just might keep your sanity.
And what about yourself, Steve?
You can find me over on Twitter at SimplySteve311, where I post everything Impact Wrestling related. Or you can follow us in the Discord down below. I'll pop up on there now every now and then. So, yep, either of those two now.
Definitely get involved in the Discord, guys. And, of course, if you're interested in finding out more about the Bison, you can check me out on Twitter at LordBison45. I literally smashed 2,000 follows this week, or tail end of last week. I'm up to 2,015 now, boys. Hey, no turning back now. No turning. The Bison is going viral. He's going viral. But anyway, if you're interested in finding out a bit more, then head over to my Twitter and give me a follow. Please take the time. Oh, and of course, don't forget to follow We Talk Impact. That's at We Talk Impact on YouTube, obviously, on Twitter, Facebook, and of course Instagram at We Talk Impact. That is for all of them, so go and check that out as well. Please take the time to help us out moving up the ranking on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. Really important, that thumbs up, really important. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button, and don't forget to give the bell a tickle. I've done this for a while. A tickle, a squeeze, and a smash to never miss any of the TNI UK and US teams' great Impact-related content coming out each and every week. With that said, I have been Bison, and of course they have been Simply Steve, and the man from the void himself, the Joker. And this has been episode 138 of Impacted. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.
We're Bison! We are Impacted!